Hello and welcome to an evening of Long Branch Public Library's Crafting Smackdown, rather crafting evening. The very competitive crafting contest that we will all be making the same items and you can choose which one you like best at the end of the video. So what are we making tonight, Kate?
So we're making three things. We are making some rustic candle holders. We are making thistle or twine pumpkins. And we're making an autumn vase arrangement.
Sounds seasonal.
It is very seasonal, good for your autumn table, your Thanksgiving table, your Friendsgiving table, your COVID table, I'm having dinner with my immediate family table. We are gonna start with the rustic candle holders. So for those, you need sticks. Sticks are rusty. You need fairly thin so you can break them. They look like pretzel sticks. They are not. Don't eat them. So you need that, your votive or candle holder or jar, whatever you decide to use, and a glue gun. I feel like Elmer's glue would work, but you maybe would have to rubber band the sticks against the glass while it dries. If there would be a problem with the heat from the candle, like remelting the Elmer's, I don't think that's probably fine. I don't think so. So I have one started already. I did about half of it. Wanted to see how it went. So you take your stick. Keep forgetting my hands are over here. And I tried it two different ways, actually. I started by doing like stripes horizontally on the votive, and it didn't really, I wasn't quick enough. So the glue actually dried before I got all the sticks on. So hold the stick. I do recommend holding it like this and not like this, unless you like hot glue on your fingers.
Who doesn't?
Which inevitably happens if you're working with hot glue. But so leave a little bit, depending if you absolutely measured your sticks to your jar or your candle holder, you're awesome. I did not. So what happened to me here is I have different lengths, and then I don't know if you can see it, but up on the inside, I've got all this messy hot glue because I went from tip to tip on the stick. So I would recommend leaving a little bit of not glued stick on the stick. Leave a little bit not glued. So you just glue and then stick. Super simple.
I did want to show my new handy dandy glue gun kit.
What is that? That's like the Terminator of glue guns.
Comes in a very fancy box.
It is. And
Transformer.
Here is the actual glue gun. It looks like a mini drill or something with like the grid. So it's really fancy, and I've got my kickstand there. And then it has this little container thing or holder that you just connect it into, and it falls down like so.
Oh my.
That's pretty amazing. That's like a professional glue gun.
I know. And then you have the power cord, which either plugs into the base here, or you can detach the glue gun and plug it into the actual glue gun. So I'm going to try attaching it into the base, and then when I'm ready to go, and then it lights up that it's ready. And then it's like, this is
curious how fast that heats up.
Really? Yeah.
Since you're now behind.
I am, but I really show you. I was so impressed by it. And I got it at, I always call it Leo Lidl because I'm not sure on the pronunciation. So I call it both. But that's where I got it, and it was like a really good price. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking and put this glue stick in there. Get it nice and warmed up so that I can catch up to it. And I am one of those people that measured my stick with my jar, so.
Very good. Of course you did.
It's gonna be
I am not.
Same height.
Just an extra tip for people,
Mm-hmm.
because I tend to do things and then I figure it out after. I start doing things and then figure it out. Just make sure you don't overlap the bottom of your jar or candle holder. I did a little bit, so I'm a little wobbly. And because hot glue tends to give you a bunch of strings, I learned recently hair dryer
Oh,
will actually reheat them enough that you can get rid of them.
Smart.
that's very smart.
I thought so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wait for that to warm up.
While we're
Speaking
over
of-
here winning.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of hair dryers, there is a great book that I'm very excited about. Can I just tell you guys about it quickly?
Weird.
And it's funny because though Thalia's not on with us right now, she and I have talked about this book so many times. Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe.
Uh-huh.
And we both loved the book, and the movie was very good as well. But Fanny Flagg has written a follow-up to it.
She was
That's
telling
exciting.
Who's telling you, Thalia?
Yeah, Thalia was telling me all about it.
She and I haven't even talked about it yet. So, this is kind of going around her to you guys. But I am so excited because that was, if you haven't read it, by the way, anybody who's watching, it's just a great, great story. It has a little bit of everything in it. Very enjoyable. Fanny Flagg is a very kind of down home, small town feel writer, but she's very funny and very poignant. It was very, very, if anybody reads it and wants to have a book club with us, I'd love to read the new one as well as the old one. We could have a book club about how the old one or how the new one compares to the old one, et cetera, et cetera. But I have high hopes. So I hope they're not dashed.
Right.
That is the difficulty, isn't it?
That is the part that usually doesn't work. Kate, I also read a book which I thought of you while I was reading.
Because you cried?
It was definitely, you know what it was? And this is no reflection of you. There was not a likable person in the whole book.
I love that.
Exactly. It was hard to find. I'm failing Glue Gun 101 already. It was hard to find really any redeeming qualities in most of the characters for most of the book. And even you have to get to the end and figure it out. But it's Lionel Shriver's The Motion of Body Through Space, I think is the title, which is
I like that title.
a cumbersome but good title. But I love Lionel Shriver. She also wrote We Need to Talk About Kevin. If anybody got destroyed by that book.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never read her.
She's a great writer. I love the way she writes, but she is, I don't think she's I don't know because I don't know her. I'm not sure if she's a happy person. And I think she got tossed out of a writing conference in Australia because she came in wearing a sombrero and insisting that she, as a Caucasian woman, could write about, from whatever perspective she chose to, about whatever culture she chose to, write about.
Mm.
And it was not met well by the other writers,
I
probably
would.
because of her presentation. I mean, that's pretty brash.
Yeah.
I could see if you felt that way and you tried writing that way and to see how it would go, but to come in with guns blazing was a little much for people to take.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I just started Joyce Carol Oates' latest.
Speaking of happy, uplifting books.
It is called something. It has a title.
Is it blue?
It's actually black.
Black in color, okay.
Do you read her often?
You know what? I haven't read her in years. I'm gonna have to look up the title. I read her as, I want to say, a teenager or 20-something, and I haven't read her in a really long time.
I love her, but I have to pace myself with her because if you read too many Joyce Carol Oates, you go down like to a dark place.
Yes. So this is like it's so thick. It's like 1,000 pages long. It's called Night, Sleep, Death, the Stars.
Ooh.
Gosh.
And it's sort of a family drama. But it's very long.
I mean, we have nothing but time, right?
It's true. How's everybody doing on their candles?
I'm failing glue gunning.
I'm okay.
I knew this was going to happen.
I finished my first one and I started my second one.
Ooh.
Just so
I'm
you
halfway.
Overachiever.
My mother's skills have to show through at some point. I keep waiting. I keep waiting for my mother's crafting skills to surface.
You are very good. However, your mother is the queen. Therefore,
This is true.
It's rather a hard place to get to. If anybody wants to see evidence of how amazing Miss Kathy was, on our YouTube channel, I think it was the very first and the only video we had for about 15 years, called The Year of the Magic Box, where Miss Kathy took a big box. I mean, a big box. It was enormous. And she turned it into about 12 different things if it was a year of the box. It's amazing. It was a pirate ship. It was a bus. It was
a castle.
A castle. Was it do we use that for the art gallery or something else? I can't even remember, but it's worth watching.
It was the art gallery. It was the garden.
Was it a post office at one point?
There was a post office. Truly
was it a grocery store too?
There was a grocery store. You got it. Yep. A pet store.
Oh yeah, the pet store.
Trying to think what else. I was still working in children's with her. I learned so much from her. Not that it shows, but I did. Not that it shows here. We had some fun days painting up in that children's room.
I'm sure.
While the rest of the staff was jealous that you guys were up there having fun painting.
Oh my God, we'd open the windows in the program room, put a little music on the radio and just paint whatever we were working on. And she would make spectacular, you can't even call them displays. They were like artworks.
Yeah. I agree. I always looked forward to seeing what she was going to make for summer reading.
Summer reading. She was in her element. Yeah. Miss Kathy, come make us stuff.
She would just
We need you.
transform the place.
Truly. Truly
She
true.
was going to, this program for all of our viewers right now was supposed to be live. We were having some technical difficulties. So you are watching a recorded video. Miss Kathy said, "Oh, I'll have to check you out." And I immediately got like, oh my God, the craft queen is gonna watch us. But she still will. It'll just be recorded.
Yeah. So no pressure.
No, it's only
Yeah.
like having Martha Stewart critique your Thanksgiving table.
Yes. Do you guys have a favorite crafter? Is that
I'm
a
sorry,
thing?
what?
Is there more than Martha Stewart? Are there crafting people out there who are famous?
Couldn't tell you, honestly.
I feel like in the early days of the DIY channel, which I don't even think is a channel anymore, I used to have insomnia and stay up all night watching these great crafters. I don't know their names, or I don't know if they're still around, but there were some good shows on. It reignited my crocheting abilities, which are elementary, but still fun. You could watch the shows and actually learn something, and they made really great stuff.
They did.
But it's hard to, and I mean, not for nothing, but the crafting magazines are so expensive. When I go to Michael's or anywhere, I'm like, oh, I should get that for whatever. And I realized that the crafting magazines are like $15.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to spend that on a crafting magazine.
And I don't blame you. Because there's so many things. There's Pinterest.
Ooh, it
So
smells
like,
good.
why would you pay $15 when you can go onto Pinterest and find something really cool and make that?
Exactly. Very good point.
That's where I get a lot of my ideas.
That's what I think a lot of us do. Are there any children's books that have come out lately, Keisha, of note that everybody wants or everyone's talking about? Or
Let's see. What seems to be really popular, drawing a blank. Babysitter's Club graphic novel version seems to be really popular. And
they have come back with a vengeance.
They have. And there was even, I think, what kind of this like resurgence was the Netflix miniseries that they did of the books. Which was
yeah,
done,
that definitely brought them back. Yeah. But it's funny because my oldest daughter read them. And luckily I had a friend whose daughter had the entire set of the original ones. And she just passed them on to Molly. So I never had to go out and buy any of them, which was a bonus because there's like a lot of them.
There is quite a few.
I love recommending graphic novels to people too.
Oh yeah. Well, because I feel like some people think they're comic books and they're not really anything someone should be reading, but there's been research done that says that people who can read a graphic novel, that you're using more than one skill. You're looking at the pictures and you're trying to decipher what's going on along with reading the words written on the page. And that takes a lot of cognitive ability to be able to do that. And some people need a visual display of what they're reading so that they can fully grasp or understand because they're visual learners. Like just because
absolutely,
take your visual learner with everything else, why wouldn't you be a visual learner when it comes to reading books?
I've also found that they're really good sort of transition books.
Yes.
When kids are moving from being read to and reading basic readers and then moving into chapter books.
Right.
My son, just in my own experience, he was really hesitant to pick up a book that has no pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're sort of lucky these days, or well, I'm sure people have different opinions of it. I think we're lucky to have options like that. So he will sit there and he'll just go through like four graphic novels, which clearly means they're easy for him. He's a really good reader, but it's confidence builder.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
to
right,
be
ladies,
honest,
how are you? How are your things?
I'm starting to lean, so I might have a bit of a gap.
Okay.
I will probably break some smaller twigs to plug them in so that it's completely covered, or that might just be the back.
Okay.
No one will see it.
Tara, give us a quick tour of what you've got going on there.
this would be known in modern day jargon as a Pinterest fail. I couldn't get my glue gun to work and I panicked, so I started rubber banding them on. And then I figured I could just cover it up with a ribbon and put in a candle. And it looks literally like something Robinson Crusoe would have made to make it through a dark night.
Beautiful.
Okay, I'm almost done.
Okay. I ended up finishing both of mine.
Maybe with a
Okay.
smaller
And I
candle.
added little twine bows.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cute.
So that's them. I think we'll take pictures of them. Like if you take a picture of it and we'll post them on Facebook and people can vote that way.
Okay.
Great idea.
Always.
So they can see them in all their beauty and detail.
Right.
With their rubber banding.
Okay. Coming along. So, even though we're closed, what are some of the things that we're offering to folks?
Oh, so much. So much. Well, first off, what I think is for us, the obvious, not for the audience, but for the three of us, curbside pickup.
Mm-hmm.
You can place items on hold and we will bring them out to you at whatever time we decide with you to make them available, and whatever time is convenient for you to pick them up. So you can put items on hold. We are still getting interlibrary loans from all the other libraries in our consortium, so we're able to get all the materials you would like. It's just you can't come into the building to pick them up. For some people, that's actually been much more convenient if they come with children or if they're not walking very well. They can just kind of get out, and it's very, very easy to just pop out of the car and they're at a table right kind of at the end of the sidewalk. So that would be the first thing we're offering. And then virtually, we have programs galore. We have, there's a book talk club, the 11s, which is still going every week, or pardon me for not knowing.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Wednesdays at 11, right?
Yes.
So you can jump into those anytime if you just feel like talking about a book, meeting some other people who are literary minded. It's a great program. What else do we have going on, ladies?
We also have, if you need photocopies, we can make those for you. We're also still providing a faxing service for anyone who needs that.
And scanning.
Scanning as well. If you need documents printed out, you can send it to the library's email address. And we can definitely print that out for you as well. What else? Oh, I'm finished.
Oh, that looks
Okay.
great.
See.
Oh, nice.
That looks really nice.
I won't show you the
Good
back because I ran out.
Yeah.
But that's my candle holder.
Okay. So I'm going to go over the directions for the second one really quickly, and then we can continue our conversation. Twine, a tiny stick, little for a pumpkin stem. This is for our twine pumpkins. So I made one, and again, I sort of just do it and then figure it out. I did not use enough twine. Does not look like a pumpkin. So
It does.
that's my fail. I saw some tips about it. There was one person who used either like a foam pool noodle, or I was thinking like a paper towel roll, something you could, because in essence, what you're doing is just wrapping the twine in a circle until you feel like you have enough. And then you tie it off. I am using what they're called is escaping me.
A tie tab, a bread tie. What are they called?
Yeah, it's like
A wire tie from
the
the
thing at
bread
the end of the bread.
package.
Exactly. So depending what size you want your pumpkin is how big your wrap goes. I'm just doing the width of my hand. Pool noodle obviously would be thicker, so you're going to get a bigger pumpkin. So you just kind of keep going, and you make 3 of them.
Okay. So other services.
So other services, really important ones, we are still available to help you with your computer or your job search or your resume writing over phone. We can do it by phone. We can do it by Skype. We can do it by Zoom. We can also do all of that for social work appointments. So if you need help from David, our social worker, you can give him a call and set up an appointment to talk on the phone, or again, meet on Zoom or Skype.
Quick question, Kate. When we make our first thingy.
Yeah, once you make your first one, just set it like sort of close it in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's easier for people to say, whether the hand camera or my face.
The hand camera.
If you close it, just pinch it, and then either tie it or hot glue the ends, or like I said, I'm using twist tie. That's what it's called.
Twist tie.
That's what I am using.
Okay.
So you just sort of close it off.
Just to keep it together.
And if you don't have one, maybe the metal nose part from your medical mask might stand in for that. One more use for that.
Because I actually learned the inside of them, it's actually the same exact thing as the twist ties.
I didn't know that. There we go.
The ones that I had anyway. I ended up buying a pack of the Hanes. They're just cotton, triple layer, with the metal in the nose, which for those glasses wearers comes in handy. But one of them started to sort of separate at the seam, and the metal nose thing was popping out, and it was a twist tie, which is fine. It did its job.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on you, Haynes. Okay, so once you have your 3, Oh, also important to note, all of Miss Keisha, and Miss Tara's children's story times are online and available.
Yes.
They have a very strong fan base. So
We're huge with the 3-year-olds.
okay.
Uh-huh.
So once you have your 3, you are going to, I'm going to hot glue them together. Again, you could probably just tie them together, twist tie them together, whatever you've got. So I'm just going to put a giant glob there and
Okay.
attach the other 2. And this is where I'm going to get hot glue all over my fingers. There it is. It's brown. Okay. Then you have something that looks like this. 3 separate little pieces.
Okay.
That is so cute.
My hand video is lagging here. But you're just gonna pull them separate. Spread them out till you get something that remotely resembles a pumpkin.
Okay.
And if you have a small stick from all your stick mess from the candles, you have a stem. So take a tiny little stick, stick some glue on the end of it, and pop it right in the middle there. And you have a pumpkin.
Awesome. All right. Just tying my 3 together.
I just took out the mask thing. You're right. It is a twist tie. Not that I doubted you, but
That's funny. Yeah, I have to say the more twine you use, the more pumpkin-like it looks.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Mine reminds me of those little things that they were selling that you would put on your hair and then you'd put your hair over it so you'd have that really nice bun.
You mean the thing that I use to get a real nice ballerina bun?
it was a perfect bun.
I haven't used it in a long time, but I am guilty of that.
It looked great.
Thank you.
We also.
Are you using ribbon, Tara?
I couldn't find twine. I thought we had some.
No, but that's amazing.
It would be in the right hands. It would be.
Ooh, smart idea though. Well, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, that's so cute.
My pumpkin.
Oh, that came out great.
Good job.
Very good job.
I think I have this like really fine ribbon that I used for the candle. I feel like if I had combined that with the twine, it would have added a little something.
That's a really good idea. To zhuzh it up.
Zhuzh it up. Have either one of you checked out if we have much in the crafting realm on our online services like Hoopla? In case anyone doesn't know, Hoopla. And when can we talk about what we're going to be rolling out soon?
Ooh, can we?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Let's do it.
We have a new service coming soon that we're all very excited about, and
yes,
you probably will be too.
Yes, we'll leave it at that.
The secret for
It's
now.
really good. It's really good. And for those using Hoopla, of course, you can stream TV shows, movies, get audiobooks, ebooks, and music all on the same platform. It's very easy to use. If you do try to sign in and have any issues, you can always call the library and we will happily help you. Because once you go, it's kind of like with all of our online services, the most time-consuming part is the first time you use it. After that, it's usually automatic.
Easy for you. Yeah.
Very easy.
I agree. It's one of my favorite
It's good.
databases to use.
And then if you prefer audiobooks and ebooks, we also have eLibrary New Jersey, which has a great assortment of books. And then I don't know if anyone on here has used it. I've used it already. But we have what's called a pop-up library in several places. At the main library, at Elbron, down at the beachfront by the Carousel, at Woodrow Wilson Homes, and is there one more or is there four?
Nope, just 4 right now.
There's 4 right now. And if you are going by any of those places, check it out because it's very impressive. You just go on, you search for pop-up library, it will connect you.
In your Wi-Fi.
In your Wi-Fi. It will connect you. You can then go through a really good, and we've been picking the books. Actually, Kate, have you been picking books as well for pop-up? No. Myself, Nikisha, a few other people have put the collection together and it's good. It's good. It's got a variety of genres. It's got some children's items, YA. It's got a little bit of everything for everyone. And it's very convenient because once you, as Kate said, with your Wi-Fi, hook up to pop-up library, which is what it says, pop-up library, go through the catalog, and then you right on the spot, download it to your phone, take it home with you, and you can read it wherever you are.
And you don't need no internet connection necessary after you download it.
It's on your phone, and you don't need a library card or an ID or anything to use it. You literally just, and again, call us if this sounds interesting to you and you want to know more about it, or if you weren't sure where the locations were, give us a call and we will gladly tell you.
Absolutely.
What did I started Glennon Doyle's new book, Untamed, on it. Yeah. And finished it. Actually, my hard copy came into the library, so I just finished it with the book. But, it's very current. It's a current New York Times bestseller, Untamed, and it was very good. I mean, people are very hot and cold with her, I would say, because she has a very strong fan base. And it seems that anybody who has a really good, solid, healthy fan base also has people of the opposite persuasion who just have no interest, and she's got an interesting story, I think. She was married. They had a very Christian lifestyle, from what I remember. Then they ran into some real big problems with their marriage. They separated, and while they were separated, even possibly divorced, I don't remember the time frame, she just by happenstance met Abby Wambach, who was a professional soccer player and an amazing athlete. And they fell in love on the spot. And then the book is kind of the follow-up to their story, and also just being untamed, but very interesting.
That is
as interesting as this pumpkin is looking.
Get it closer there, Tara. Come on, show
Remember,
us.
This is a contest.
Good job, Tara.
Lovely.
Okay. The final craft. Nikisha's gonna walk us through.
Yes. Okay. So this craft is very simple. You'll need 4 things. So you'll need a glass vase like Kate has at her hand. You'll need pine cones. I found that the small to medium sized ones were good, but if you have larger ones, no problem. So, and then you need artificial flowers. You can also do these with real flowers, but they need water, and I don't know how pine cones and water sitting there will might cause future problems. So we have artificial flowers, and then to top it all off, we're going to tie it with a bow. And I already made this craft, so I didn't feel like making it again. So I'm just going to cheat and reuse mine. But I'm going to wait until you ladies are done before I show mine, or should I show it now?
What are your tips? Do we start with pine cones or do we put the flowers in first?
No, you definitely want to start with the pine cones, because I found that trying to put the flowers in and trying to put it around the pine cones around the flowers just didn't really work, because there were too many gaps.
I have 2 different vases. I think my pine cones are too big.
Okay.
I think mine are.
See, and that's kind of the issue I had with the big ones. So I went to Michael's, and they had the mini ones, and they were also scented as well. So it's very strong at first, but when you leave them out for a while, it kind of dissipates. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah. So definitely pine cones in first. Then you want to do the flowers. And what I noticed is I didn't have enough pine cones to cover the stems. So what I did was I put in some of the artificial flowers that fell off, and I kind of just like tucked them down to completely cover the stems.
Good idea.
But it was fun, and it's a good chance to be creative.
I don't have artificial flowers that plucked off, so I literally just tried to put one in upside down.
Right.
And then put the rest on top. Did not work.
Okay. Nice try, though.
You know what? I think I'm going to go. Having a little trouble here.
So for those of you that are celebrating Thanksgiving this year, are there any special dishes that you'll be making?
I will be making a pumpkin pie.
Ooh.
Because I was asked to.
Uh-huh.
I've never made one before.
Oh.
I also make cranberry sauce. I'm going to make roasted butternut squash.
Oh, love that.
Sounds delicious.
And some other vegetable things. We are being safe. And we're probably seeing my parents. My husband and I don't eat meat, so we have to bring some alternative.
Any food you want.
Of course.
Which we don't have a problem doing. But so yeah, we are making a bunch of vegetable things, and then some dessert. Pumpkin pie will not be vegan.
Oh. I'm sure there's some.
I don't actually like pumpkin pie anyway.
Oh, be quiet.
Pumpkin pie is so delicious.
So delicious.
scrumptious even.
Seriously. All I'm looking forward to is stuffing. It's my favorite thing. And potatoes.
Oh, I love potatoes.
Potatoes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And we too, we don't eat, one of my daughters is vegan. One doesn't eat meat and the other will eat anything, vegetables, meat, or anything. So we have kind of a variety of stuff, but it turned out after years of, well, not even years, because we always went to my family, but nobody in this family likes turkey. Or at least they're not excited by it, like, ooh, turkey.
Right.
So I cut that out a couple of years ago. And it kind of dwindled. It went from I always like to get a big kosher turkey, cook it, do whatever with it. After a couple of years, then I was just buying a turkey breast. And then it's dwindled to no turkey whatsoever. So
yeah. My parents are cooking fish. They are cooking a turkey, but they'll also have fish and probably chicken nuggets because kids.
Right.
Nikisha, what's your number one Thanksgiving food?
I love mashed potatoes. So, and I usually make it, and I too am vegan. So, the vegan butter, some garlic.
Yeah, that's.
He's just gonna go now and make some potatoes.
I'll be over in 15 minutes with the stuffing.
Right. But I don't know if you guys had the opportunity. We had a adulting 101 class where we made vegan charcuterie, which is absolutely delicious. And I think I'm going to attempt that this year.
Nice.
Because it's just delicious. The vegan cheeses, the mock meats, and the fresh fruits, just the hummus. I mean, it's like everything you need right there.
Yeah, it's a whole meal, really.
It is a meal. And
that was a great program.
That was a great program. And the presentation is stunning. It is literally, unlike my crafting, it is like a professional presentation. It was so beautiful when you guys finished and so like picture perfect. And there were some tips on there too, to how to make it that way. Oh, sorry.
Right. But like, it was so simple and you didn't think, oh, just place it there. And then it's like, oh, I'm done. And it looks great. Like, this is awesome. And you can bring that anywhere. And people are like, oh, you're really good at this. So, yeah.
She had great tips and ways to just bring it to a whole other level. Like, I've put a cheese plate together that looks nothing like that.
Yeah, I want to thank Erin Hill, who is a chef who owns the business Mama Hill, for doing that for us, because it was fantastic.
And people can follow her on Instagram under Mama Hill if they're interested in her amazing. And I also, oh my gosh, I could just lie down and dream about it now. She puts together those picnics. Like they are, each one is a photo shoot, even if it's not a photo shoot. That makes sense. Like each one is an event. Picnic. Luxury. Yeah. It's not, my idea of fancy was cutting the crust off the peanut butter sandwiches. These are beautiful, beautiful cornucopias of gorgeous vegan food. And even if you're not vegan, you will get ideas from what she does. And you might even be inspired to try some more vegan dishes, vegan foods, vegan everything.
Absolutely.
Her empanadas, I can't eat them, but I've heard tale that
they're absolutely amazing.
Was it?
I am ever hopeful that someone brings me
a Mama Hill empanada. If you're out there, Erin. Yes, that could be found on our YouTube channel, right?
Yes, it's on
That
our
presentation?
YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
We have a good YouTube channel. I just want to put that out there. We really do. There's a variety of things. Kate's done some great Google programs. Nikisha does the best story times. We have a little bit of everything. There are some other, there was an author that Nikisha had on a few weeks ago. There was Mama Hill, of course, with her amazing foods. We've had, what else, Kate? I feel like you should.
All kinds of stuff.
Or back to business.
Back to business.
Back to business. We have our small business roundtable discussion every month. We have a career workshop just about every month. We have coming up, like Tara said earlier, the 11th is book chat is every Wednesday at 11. We have a program on seasonal depression, partnered with Monmouth Medical Center. That is December 3rd. We have December 10th, our spoken word open mic. You can sign up and just come and listen. You can sign up and read your own poetry, your favorite poet's poetry, whatever you want to do. We have some other really good stuff coming up in December and January and the coming year. And you can check it all out on our website. We have our calendar there. We also have our programs and events tab. So we update as often as possible.
Oh, and also we have Monmouth University students who were kind enough to do some Spanish story times for us. So that's also on our YouTube page. And we have quite a few videos and they did a fantastic job with that as well.
That's awesome.
They did. And if anyone is interested in writing, we have a writing group on the second Wednesday of each month, and then 2 weeks after that. So it's usually it's always the second and fourth Wednesday of each month. You can go on our website and find the information. If you email me, I'll send you the Zoom link, and it is a lot of fun. I think people have been surprised who wanted to write about just how fun it is, and it's a great group of people. We laugh a lot. Sometimes we cry, I'm not going to lie. And we've been meeting strictly online, and we'll keep that format for the foreseeable future, which makes it very convenient if you want to just be home. Even if you want to listen and not chime in, you're more than welcome to join us. It's a great deal of fun. The prompt for next week's meeting, which is this upcoming Wednesday, is hope. So if you wanted a prompt and just a word to kind of get you to write something, we use the word hope as our writing prompt. And that's it.
Awesome. So we are going to take glamour shots of our craft here and we will post them along with the video, obviously. And you can vote on who did them best. It will be Kate, that's me, Tara, and Nikisha. Thank you everyone for coming. We're going to try to do this monthly, so look forward to some winter crafts coming soon.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this, Kate. And Nikisha, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you. This was fun.